Hi friends, good evening. Hope you all are doing well. I am really excited about today's conversation because I am having my own personal mentor, Amardeep sir, in today's conversation.
Thank you.
So Amardeep sir is currently working as a CTO with Indian Express, and he has more than 15 years of diverse tech experience working with InfoEdge. Then he was in between, he was with ST Media and a couple of other companies as well. Um, I still remember I had reached out to him back in I think October 2018 over a LinkedIn chat and asked him for a meeting, and he was very kind to respond immediately and give me a slot, and we met in person. And post that, he has been a very positive influence on whatever I have learned and whatever I am doing with Board Infinity. In today's conversation with Sir, we'll be learning about his career journey, his current role as a CTO with Indian Express. We will also learn a couple of interesting things about his on his personal space, his philosophy about life, and a couple of other stuff. Thank you, sir, for joining us in today's episode of Up the Ladder. So, Up the
Thank you.
Ladder is a career
Thank you
talk
very much.
series wherein we talk to industry professionals who are very inspiring like you and try to understand their career journey, what they have learned, and how people can inspire from your journey.
Mm-hmm.
So, my first question is, how are you? How are you handling your work during these difficult times?
So Abhay, I'm good, and thank you. First of all, thank you very much for this opportunity, right? Wherein I can share my experience, share my learnings,
Right.
right? So as of now, I'm safe, right? So as of now, I'm safe. My family is doing good. Even my teammates, even everybody in the organization are safe and they're doing well, right? So and I think we all have been working from home from last 3 months, right? So, and things are working very fine. I think what worked for us that we started working from home before the lockdown begins,
Right.
right?
Right.
So we realized very soon that this could happen, and we
Right.
started preparing for that, right? So all people who are not having their laptops, right? So we provided them laptop. We asked everyone that get the internet connection at your home. That situation
Mhm.
could come,
Right.
right?
Right.
And we started trial before the lockdown began. So we first asked 30% of the people to start working from home.
Right.
Then we moved to 50%. So that's why I think we were very much prepared about it,
Right.
and that's why we did not find any problem, right? So and so far everything is perfect. Everybody, nobody is finding any problem, right? So everybody is working from home, and things are going smooth and well.
Right. Right. Do you think that post COVID also work from home is going to be one of the major influence on work?
I think yes. So in our organization, as of now, what we have decided, obviously, for us, the most important is people, right? So
Right.
their life, their health is more
Right.
important, right? So and as of now, what we've seen that we have been not facing any challenge. People working
Right.
from home. So as of now, what we've decided that till it does not get settled, we'll continue to work from home,
Got
right?
it.
And that is good because as of now, since we are not facing any problem, people are happy, people are feeling safe at their home. It's good for us, right? So
Okay. Okay.
that is what we are going to do for next couple of months, even after the
Okay.
lockdown ends.
Got it. Got it. Great. 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 So, sir, मतलब I'd like to start from very start. I mean,
Hmm.
very beginning. आपको मतलब how did you get interested in technology at first place? So, did you have some
Okay.
influence? And because 2005, I don't think India में technology was still getting picked up,
No,
right?
no. So actually, see, I was an average student. So to be frank,
Okay.
I was an average student, right? So when I completed my 12th, right? So obviously, my father wanted me to do engineering from IIT, right? So
Ah,
from a good college, right? So I attempted IIT exams 2 or 3 times, right? So I was very interested for an NDA. I always
okay.
wanted to become a Navy officer, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I attempted from an NDA exam thrice, right?
Mm-hmm.
I attempted for IIT exam twice, right? Though I was an average student, so obviously you can
Right.
think of what the result could be. So obviously I was not able to qualify,
Mm-hmm.
right? So somehow my father came to know about some course in Dehradun. So I got an admission in college called as Graphic Era in Dehradun,
Right. Right.
right? So there was a course called BMIT. It was a new course, Bachelor's of Management and Information Technology.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 3 years course.
Right.
So I did my graduation from Graphic Era, right? So again, so I did not uh, got serious about studies during my graduation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but after when I moved to post graduation, so I continued my post graduation MCA from Graphic Era, the same college,
Right. Right.
right? Uh, then I don't know what. At some point of time, I realized that I'm not going in the right direction,
Mm-hmm.
right? If I have to do something well in my career, in my life, right? So I will have to study. I
Right.
think from there, I think the first year of MCA, I realized that and started studying. I focusing a lot on my studies, right? I started taking things serious. Uh, Even I had to go through a lot of hard work during my colleges, right? So uh, I think in the first year, I did well in my studies, and my chairman of the college offered me a job in the lab, computer lab, right? So I started studying as well as started working,
Right.
right? So it becomes very difficult for me because I used to start my day at 7 a.m. and end my day in night at 11 p.m. actually,
Oh.
right? I just used to go hostel just for sleeping, right? Because I started my day from 7 a.m., go to computer lab, open the lab for the students, right? Then from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. I used to go to my MC classes, and again after from 2 p.m. to around 9 p.m. again back to my computer lab, and after that I used to play badminton with my sir actually. So that was a tough time, but
Right.
I think at that time I was not aware what I'm going to do in my career. I was not much focused. So I realized the importance of education. I studied hard, right? I did well in my MCA, right? And then we all came to Noida in search of a job, right? So at that time, we did not used to have a campus placements in our college.
Yeah.
We were a very, very small college, right? So we did not get any campus placements. So we all students came to Noida in search of a job, right? So we started searching for a job and everything, right? So this is how actually I did my graduation, post graduation, right? Though till that time I was not very clear, right? Obviously, when I completed my MCA, that was an indication that obviously I will have to go to a technology focused stream, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think when I came to Noida, so I started my journey with an internship in one of a company called FS Solutions in Noida.
Right.
So I did a 3 months internship there, and somehow I got to know about a walk-in in Naukri.com. Okay, so I reached along with my friends to Naukri.com office next morning and saw it was like an exhibition. There were around 200, 300 students outside Naukri office,
Right.
right?
Right.
So then I went to a lot of rounds, written coding interviews, then face-to-face interviews. So at the end, I was the only one who got placed,
Wow.
right? And that was a proud moment for me. And I think that was a trigger point. That was a trigger when everything got changed actually.
Right. Right.
So I never expected that would happen, right? So I think luckily all this happened, right? So I cleared all my rounds, and that I really feel proud that I was the only one who got placed
Right.
during those walk-in interviews. Right? So, and this is there, and that was the start of my actually technology
journey.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And before that, you were interning with this company for 3 months. So, and what was the role that you were doing there?
So actually, I was it was role of a DB actually.
Okay.
Right. So
okay.
it was an ERP company wherein we used to write SQL queries. We used to execute them on the databases. So actually, in the first 3 months, I did not nothing much. Right. So whatever our senior used to tell, we just used to execute them. Right. So they used to give us some programs. We used to write them and give them back for code reviews. They used to, so that's it. That was the only thing which we were doing. So we were getting something, we were writing the code and giving back to our seniors.
Got it.
Right. So we were not having any access to any servers and everything. Right. So that was the role we were doing during that internship.
Okay. Okay. And how was your initial journey with Naukri? And do you think that your education at MCA played an important role while you were working at Naukri? Because
definitely.
Okay.
See, education is very, very important, right? So I believe if you have to do well in your career, fundamentals have to be very good. Right. So if you want to grow fast, your fundamentals have to be strong. Your programming skills have to be strong. Right. So I think all those things I was good at in starting. Right. So I think I did a lot of certifications during my education. Right. I did my Oracle certification when I was studying in the MCA. Right. So that helped me a lot. Right. So I used to spend a lot of time in computer lab. I used to spend a lot of time doing programmings. Right. So when I moved to Naukri.com, right. So I think my good was that I started my career with Naukri because and I got an opportunity to work on Naukri's biggest, most critical, most widely used, and most data intensive project. Okay. So if you classify Naukri or any job portal into two major segments, so one is job seeker segment and second is recruiter segment. So I got an opportunity to work on the recruiter segment. And among recruiter, there were just two products at that time when I joined Naukri. Naukri was a very, very small team. We were just 10, 12 engineers, right? So now it's a 500 engineers team, Naukri.com, right? So we were a very, very small team. So I think that helped for me. I did a lot of hard work at that time, right? So I learned a lot of things, and good part was that I got good mentors during that time, right? And not even at the early stage of my career, at every stage I got good mentors,
right, sir.
Right. So I did a lot of hard work. In Naukri, we used to do a lot of POCs. We used to do a lot of R&Ds. Whenever we wanted to implement any technology, we used to first do POCs. We just not rely on the blogs or something which has been written on the internet, right? We first go back. We used to basically do POCs, experiment with that technologies, and we used to basically implement only those technology which is good for us.
Right.
So since at the start, we used to do a lot of experiment. We used to do a lot of R&Ds. It helped me a lot in my learning. And actually, it was more of an experimental knowledge, actually. Right? So I used to experiment, right? Because it was very critical project. It was a very, very data intensive project. And I think Naukri's product is most widely used product in India by all the recruiters.
Right.
So at that time, there were no processes in Naukri, right? So there were no QA, right? So everything was done by us. There was no support team. Wherein I remember I used to take a call and talk to my clients what problems they're facing to understand and try to resolve them. Right. So all those things worked very well at the early stage of my career. And first of all, I think one most good important what could happen was that I got a good mentors, actually. Right. And it is also very important that the kind of people you work with.
Exactly.
Right. So either you learn by on your own or the people you work with. Right. At that stage, I got good people in my team. Right. So and the later stage of whatever team I built. Right. So the people were very good. My colleagues were very good. All the bosses which I got throughout my career, they all were very good. Right. So to have a good mentor is very, very important. Right. And I think at later stage, what worked for me very well was that obviously I kept on learning. Right. I never stopped learning. I remain hands-on. I always try to remain hands-on, right? I took a lot of initiatives. I used to take a lot of initiatives in my company, right? So, and at later stage of point of time, I did not even restricted myself only to technology, right? I started contributing wherever possible. Wherever I can contribute, I contributed. Right. And also, I built a lot of relationships. Right? That's very important, actually, right? So I started building relationships with my colleagues, with my seniors, with my juniors, everyone, right? And one good thing was that I spent a long time in Naukri.
Right.
My first chunk. So I did not focus not on money, actually. So I focused first on learnings, actually.
Right.
And I spent a lot of time. I learned a lot of things. I grew myself in the first organization. I think that thing worked very well for me.
Got it. Yeah. Amazing. I think you have answered 3-4 of my questions in one.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was really insightful around people, those who are starting their first job or people, those who are trying to grow in their first organization. So all these things are really, really insightful. So my next question is that, technology every day it's changing. And in the last couple of years, we have seen that, if you look at only web and mobile, a lot of new technologies have come and I have seen people always keep confusing among कि यार React सीखना है या Angular सीखना है ये करना है वो करना है. So how do you think people should kind of approach their technological journey if they are starting as maybe a developer or a software engineer? What are the fundamental things that they should focus more on rather than just relying on certain coding practices, certain languages?
Okay. See, one, as we know that technology has changed a lot past few years, right? And it is going to keep changing. Right? So technology is not a constant; it will continue changing, right? So if you see that, I want to learn Java, I want to learn some X technology, Y technology, right? I want to keep myself only restricted to 1 or 3 technology would not work.
Right.
So what you have to focus as a student, right, at the early stage of your journey is that you have to be good in problem solving.
Okay.
Right. Your programming skills should be very good,
Mm-hmm.
right? Regardless of what is the technology you're using, right?
Right.
So if you are a good problem solver, you're good in programming skills, right? Whatever technology you use,
Mm-hmm.
you will learn, right?
Right. Right.
So even if we go to hire people in any campuses, right? So we don't look for some X technology or Y technology. We
Mm-hmm.
generally focus on what programming, how is it good in programming skills,
Right.
how is
Right.
his problem solving, what kind of approach he's taking, right? uh, he has to first focus on your basically basic concepts,
Got
right?
it.
For example, OOPS, data structures, right? There he has to focus a lot,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he has to build confidence internally, right? uh, Somebody who is starting his career, first of all he has to identify where are his strengths actually,
Mm-hmm.
right? So is he good at programming, right? Is he good at some other thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and identify those and start working towards them,
Right.
right?
Right.
uh, have some mentors in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So learn from them, right? So don't get restricted to few technologies actually, right?
Got
So
it.
for technology will keep changing, right?
Right.
So don't say that I want to learn. Obviously you have to keep learning, right? So you will, once if you're working on React, you're working on Java, definitely you will have to work on those technologies, right? So ऐसा नहीं है कि today React is going to end in next 1 or 2 years, right?
Yeah.
It will remain for a long time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But at some point of time there will be new technology would come,
Right.
right? So for
Right.
example, first Angular came, then React came, right? So first of all, when we started our career, there were countable number of databases.
Yeah.
Now there are n number of databases, there are n
Right.
number of
Right.
programming languages,
Yeah.
right? You can't learn all the languages, you can't learn
Yes.
all the databases, you can't learn everything, right? So you have to be good at your basics,
Mm-hmm.
right? You should have an attitude of learning,
Mm-hmm.
and you should be able to adopt things whenever required,
Right.
right? Wherever you get an opportunity, so you should not say no, right? So you
Right.
should take it as a challenge
Yeah.
and start working towards those,
Right.
right? So
Right.
this is where I think so, like where the
Okay.
entry people who is entering to their career should focus on to the start.
Okay. Okay. So my next question is, do you think that the pedigree people come from or the colleges they come from
Hmm.
play a huge role in the long run in their long-term success in the career? Because I think you came from a tier 2 kind of college and then you have made, really big in your career. So do you think in the long run it plays a role?
Yes, it's some, I think not much, but there are few organizations
Mm-hmm.
actually uh, who hire people only from some tier 1, tier 2 colleges,
Mm-hmm.
right? So so there are a lot of colleges at the entry when you start your career,
Right.
So there are few companies who say that we will hire only from these colleges,
Right.
right?
Right.
There are many companies who don't follow this,
Mm-hmm.
right? So regardless of the college, they focus that students should be smart, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
candidates should be smart, candidates should be intelligent, he should be good in problem solving, he should have a learnability and everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But yes, it is true that at one point of time when you move to a leadership role and you want to work in the bigger organization, a larger organization, right? Companies still look at your colleges,
Mm-hmm.
right? So but I think not every company does that, right?
Right.
There are very few companies, there are very few large organizations who follow this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the answer to is this: yes and no, both, right? So I think it totally depends on you. How do you take your basically approach, right?
Right.
So how you see yourself, right?
Right.
You have to be very confident.
Yeah.
So when you start in your journey or wherever, you have to be confident, right?
Right.
So it obviously, since I've worked with all people, right? So similar, wherein who passed from my college, I work with people who are from IIT, right? So I have not find any difference,
Right.
but still, yeah, that's the truth, that there's still few companies who prefer candidates from some top colleges actually.
Right. Right. Very nicely put. I mean, I also tell people, I mean, I come across a lot of freshers who say that, I want to work for X company but this company is not hiring people from my college or my kind of colleges.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell them, you should look at what you have in your hand, right? And
Right.
that is something which is not on your table, you cannot, I mean, there is no point thinking about it.
Right.
And in the long run, I also feel that colleges and all, I mean, don't play a very major role unless you are working for certain companies who are very particular about certain campuses, or, otherwise it doesn't play a very huge role in the long-term success.
See, if you're confident, whatever your dream company is, at
Yeah.
one point of time, maybe you're not getting that company in start of your career.
Yeah.
Right. But if you continue hard work, you keep learning, you keep growing, at one point of time, you may reach to that organization.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So many organizations do follow this at the entry level, right?
Mm-hmm.
The college criteria is maybe at the entry level,
Right.
But at later one point of time, when you move to some level, right? Many companies don't look at that. People, companies look at your experience and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, there are challenges with some of the companies wherein companies,
Got it. So, can you tell us more about your current role at Indian Express? And is it really challenging to be a CTO? How do you divide your time, maybe on a weekly basis or a monthly basis? What are your focus areas that you kind of look at?
Okay, so at Indian Express, so obviously I'm working as a CTO, right? So before telling my role, right? So maybe I'm not sure whether everybody knows about Indian Express also. So obviously Indian Express is a news media publishing company, right? So and we publish several widely circulated dailies, including Indian Express, Financial Express in English, right? Lok Satta in Marathi, Jan Satta in Hindi, and there are few more, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have digital platform for all these, right? And we are among the top 5 players in media category. And, and I think these digital platforms exist from last 2 decades now, right? So I'm responsible for entire technology, right? So I'm not restricted. I have not been restricted myself in the organization to the technology, right? I also look after the business part of the organization as well, right? So it's yes. So yes, being a CTO is a challenging role, right? And I think not only CTO, I think every role is a challenging role, right? So and you should have challenges, right? So if you want to learn, if you want to grow, you have to accept challenges, right? So if you see as a CTO role, right? So CTOs are the one who drive digital transformation in any organization.
Yes.
Right. And CTOs are the ones who actually bridge the gap between business and technology, right? And every organizations have a lot of expectations from the CTOs, right? And earlier CTOs generally used to be responsible only for technology. Now things have changed. Now they are now have to be responsible for technology, and they also have to be responsible for business as well, right? It also becomes more challenging because when you're at this role, you have to be top on of everything, right? You have to be top of, you should have a good understanding of technology, what's new in the market, what's going on, right? What are the right processes you're setting for your company, right? CTOs also work as a change agent for culture, right? So they drive culture actually, and culture comes from the people, right? So you are also responsible for hiring good talent in the organization, right? Because you're also responsible for business, right? So it is also important that CTOs also to partner with all the stakeholders, right? CTOs also have to define tech vision, right? They also have to define roadmap, right? They are also responsible for tech budget, right? Product management. They are also a driver for change, culture, as I said, right? So there are many things would I say as a CTO very look after, right? So security is another area, right? Performance is another area, performance of your product, performance of your team, everything. So at one point of time, in every organization, people have a lot of expectations from the CTO, right? So and how everybody is adopting technology, right? So everything is moving towards digital and everything. So roles becomes more and more critical. Right. So obviously, a role is a challenging role because there's a lot of responsibilities on you. You have to own a lot of things, right? And as I said, yes, it's not only CTO. Every role is a challenging role, right? So everybody has different challenges, right? As a CTO, yes, it's a challenging role, and I have accepted those challenges and I'm working towards those challenges, right? Yeah, so this was what I would say, that yes, C2 is a challenging role, and what are the challenges, there are a lot of things which C2 has to do.
Right, right, right. And I mean, you spoke about the learning part.
Hmm.
So, I mean, so at this position, how do you ensure that you are on top of all the new things which are happening in the technology space?
See, for us, what I learn from my team,
Okay.
right? So I try to get involved my team in each and everything wherever possible, right? So obviously,
Mhm.
because I have to get involved into multiple things, right? So, but
Right, right,
uh, at this point of time, I have to learn either from internet or my self studies, or maybe I have to learn
mhm,
through my teams, right? So if
right,
it is very important that you should have good people in your team, right? If you have good
right,
people in your team, you have good talent in your team, that your team would, you will learn a lot of things from your team itself, right?
mhm,
You also learn from your bosses, right? So
yeah,
what I do is, generally I work very closely with my team, right? And I
mhm,
try to keep learning from them, right?
right,
I study, right? I throw questions to them, right? Random questions to them, whatever confusion,
yeah,
right? And we debate, we discuss, right? And a lot of things basically we learn during discussions wherever you're working on any project,
got it.
right? So there are a lot of things wherein you have to invest time, right?
Yeah,
So outside, after your office, when you have to study, right? So there are a lot of technologies, there are a lot of blogs which everybody posts, right? So I generally try to spend a lot of time over LinkedIn, right?
mhm,
I keep exploring what people are working on, what people are posting, right? I randomly go and read blogs, right?
mhm,
So I have started, so I don't used to do that, but now I've started doing it. I've started studying a lot. I've
mhm,
started reading a lot, right? So I go over internet and I study a lot, right? I
yeah,
read a lot, right? So I follow people who write good blogs and everything, right? I follow people who are very good at technology and what they write, right? What they build, how they have been building, right? So
yeah,
I think there are a lot of now online platforms, right? So I generally go there. I at some point of time also go and take courses there,
yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
And I don't hesitate asking questions, right? So
Mhm,
basically, if I have some confusions, right, I go and I discuss with my team, right?
mhm,
What
mhm,
are their understanding and everything. So
got it.
majorly, if I see what I learn from my team actually when I
Mhm,
work very closely with them, right? So my seniors and everyone, right? So in the organization, my colleagues, everybody, right? So this is how we learn. So we work together and we will learn together.
nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, it's really amazing how you can learn with your entire team, right? I mean, the people those who are working
Right,
with you, and you keep posing new questions and new challenges to them and see how they respond, and and that's how I think the entire organization kind of learns, and
right, right,
that really helps. Yeah.
right.
My next question is that in the current pandemic situation, how do you think the job market will change in the in maybe in the short run for
Hmm,
technological profiles
hmm,
for people those are starting their career now?
hmm,
There are
hmm,
a lot of people those are completing their education this year.
hmm,
There
hmm,
are people those who are trying to get into technological roles. How do you
hmm.
think in the short run things will be like?
See, one, this is a tough time, right? And this is a tough time from everyone, right? So, and finding a right job has become a challenge for everyone,
Right,
right?
right.
And if you see, many companies are canceling interviews,
Mm-hmm.
right? So many companies are doing salary cuts, many companies are doing layoff just to sustain their business, right?
Right.
So, and I think people who are coming out from college, right? So they can also expect the same, right? So they can expect that their interviews are getting delayed or they're getting cancelled, right? Uh, One, I would say that first of all, at this point of time during this pandemic situation, most important thing is that you have to remain safe and you have to keep yourself healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want to do, you can do
Yeah.
only if you are safe and healthy,
Right.
right?
Right.
And uh, don't don't get panic, right? So, and don't lose hopes, keep yourself motivated, right? Right, because this is not happening with one or two people or three people, right? This is happening throughout the world,
Right. Right.
right? So one is, you have to keep learning,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have to keep learning, you have to keep growing, right? So because if you see what you learn from the colleges, right? So this is more than bookish knowledge. So
Mm-hmm.
during this time actually you can experiment with that, right? If you have time, you can experiment with them, you can implement those and you can learn those, right?
Right. Right.
So do online courses, do certifications, right?
Right.
This will give more weight to your CV, right?
Right. Right.
So so obviously there are a lot of if you see there are a lot of now online I would say platforms where you can learn a lot of things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So technology, non-technology, anything you can learn,
Right.
right? So it is very, very important that you have to keep learning. You have to
Right.
keep learning, right? So don't stop learning. uh, Prepare for interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare for interviews, right? So if you see now a lot of interviews are happening virtually, right? Video interviews. So prepare for video interviews. Okay. uh, Second, network. Create a network aggressively, right? So
Mm-hmm.
basically connect with people, uh, people who are working in your dream companies. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because there are a lot of companies which prefers referral hirings, right?
Right.
So
Right.
always good that you create your network, you connect with
Right.
people,
Right.
with such peoples, right? And people who are more tech savvy and everything, right? So how they should learn is what, well, whatever opportunity they are getting, take
Mm-hmm.
that opportunity, right? uh, Take a remote jobs if possible, if they're getting, right? Go for internship if whatever they're getting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with this, what will happen, you will have some experience,
Got it. Right.
working experience. So so people who are more technology focused, who are more technology savvy, my advice to them, if they are finding any difficulty during this time, right?
Yeah.
So one, as I said, keep learning, right? So go to online platforms. There are a lot of platforms, right? So
Yeah.
go and learn those, right? So upgrade yourself, do certification. This will give more and more motivation to you. Once you complete
Right.
your certification, you feel good about that, that
Yeah.
I've done
Right.
something, I've completed something, right? And take remote jobs, do internship if you're getting, right? If you're not even getting paid for that, do
Yeah.
that, right?
Right.
At least you will have some experience, you will have some learning experience.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is going to help, right? Obviously it's a tough time, we don't know when the situations would improve, but
Mm-hmm.
at this point of time, these things you should do, and you can easily do that, right?
Right. Right.
And as I said, you don't have to panic and don't have to lose hopes.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it. Got it. And can you speak about mental health also? I mean, last week we had one demise of Sushant, very unfortunate
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
for the entire country.
Hmm.
And with that, a lot of people are talking about mental health and the
Hmm.
issues people are facing right
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
And people at the early career who have just completed their education, they are also under certain,
Right.
pressure,
Hmm.
family
Hmm.
pressure, parental
Hmm.
pressure, and
Hmm. Hmm.
educational loans and all. So how do you think that people can stay positive and people can be more positive about the future and all those things?
See, as I said, first of all, you have to think that this situation is not happening with one sector, one few people, and everything. This is happening with the entire world,
Right.
right? So it is nothing you have done wrong, right? Because
Right.
of you're facing challenges, right? It has happened, right? And everybody is facing a challenge. So first of all, as I said, you don't have to get panic, right? So
Right.
you have to be mentally strong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't lose hope. Spend more time with your family, right? If you're learning something, I think fifth, you have to create a balance, right? You have to create a balance. So you have to basically watch movies and everything. So it's you have to create a balance, right? So basically, uh, try to spend time with your family, right? Keep talking to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Watch good movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Inspirational movies, right? And everything, right? So keep yourself engaged,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you can't come out of your home and everything, right? So what you can do is that
Mm-hmm.
one is, it is also important to have to keep learning, right? So but
Right.
that's not possible that out of 24 hours I just sleep and keep learning and keep
Yeah.
studying
Yeah.
everything. That's not
Yeah.
possible,
Yeah.
right? So obviously you will get into a stress, right? So out of
Right.
this stress is what you can do is talk to your friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of social platforms right now, right? So don't get inspired by some negative
Mm-hmm.
news and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So follow something positive,
Yeah.
make good friends, right? Keep talking to the friends who talk positive,
Right.
right? Right, keep talking to your seniors, keep to know what your seniors, maybe your friends or your seniors who are working in some companies,
Mm-hmm.
right? What are they doing, right? How
Right.
are they taking all these things during these challenges and everything,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So you have to keep balance, right?
Yeah.
And it is also becoming very, very important for parents as well, right? So uh, they should proactively and talk to their children, their kids and everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't leave them. You have to keep them motivated and everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is what you have to do.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so similar what we do for like your physical health, you do a lot of exercise and everything. Mental health is very, very important, right?
Right. Right.
So you don't have to get stressed, right? And take it positively. Things would
Yeah.
improve, or definitely would
Yeah.
improve.
Yeah.
And as I said, I have been saying like this is one thing which has not happened for few people. This has
Right.
happened for all the
For
entire
the
world.
entire
So
world. Right.
so you don't have to get कि यार मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों हुआ. It
Mm-hmm.
has happened with everyone, right? So ठीक है, होता है.
So what was your reaction? I was reading somewhere that there was one question who had somebody had asked you that if there is a biopic made on you, who will be the actor you will like to
Yeah.
act, and you had said
Yeah.
Sushant Singh Rajput, right?
Yeah.
Is there
Yeah.
any particular reason or
No, so I watched his movies, right?
right?
So I found him very good. So obviously, I'm a good fan of MS Dhoni,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I'm a fan of MS Dhoni, and when I watched his movie MS Dhoni, I
yeah,
also became a fan of Sushant Singh Rajput.
yeah, right,
The
right,
way he acted that, right? So I eventually say I was a fan of MS Dhoni, and
yeah,
when he actually did his movie, right?
yeah,
I also became a
huge fan,
basically
yeah,
a fan of Sushant Singh also, and see if you see how he has grown, right? So
right,
in just at a very, very early stage, he has done couple of like few movies,
yeah,
and most of the movies have been very, very good,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You see his background from which background he has came, right? So and how he is obviously he might definitely would have struggled, right?
yeah,
Reaching to that stage would have not been easy, right?
right,
So definitely he's an inspirational person, right? So though he is not anymore, but still I would say he till the way he has grown in his life at a just age of 34 years reached to that level
mm-hmm.
was very, very good, right? So that was sad when I heard about it,
Mm-hmm.
but it happens.
Right, right. So you have an amazing 15 years career, right? And I'm sure you would have had a lot of struggles, a lot of failures, a lot of learnings.
Hmm.
Can you talk more about it? What are the three key things that you have learned in your career, which is going to be with you throughout your life?
Okay. One, see, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things, right? So, but what are the key things which I generally follow is that you have to keep learning yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? So don't stop learning, right? So that is the first thing, right? Because when you are into this domain, technology, right? So
Mm-hmm.
wherein technology keeps changing very fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to keep learning,
Right,
right? So you can't stop your learning,
right.
right? And either you say either whether we have chosen a wrong domain or what, but this is the reality.
Yeah,
But this is
yeah.
the reality, right? Because every year if you see you hear about new technologies everything, and if you don't learn those things obviously you will face challenges,
Right.
right? So that is one, right? Second, basically keep building good relationships, right? So building good relationships is very, very important, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't build relationships only with your seniors, build good relationships with your juniors, with your colleagues, with your seniors, right? Building relationships is very, very important because at the end what people from wherever you need any help, right?
Mm-hmm.
There will people who will be helping you,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So if you have good relationship with all those people, right? So you may, if you require any help in your life, right,
Mm-hmm.
people would definitely come and help you,
Right,
right, if
right.
you have good relationship with them.
Yes.
Two. Third, I would say when I said like keep learning, build good relationships. Third, I would say most important is respect people,
Mm-hmm.
right? So respect people. If you want your time to get respected, you have to start respecting others' time. So have
Right,
respect for everyone, right?
right.
So that's very, very important, right? So I think these are the three things which generally I follow a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I never stop learning. I try to keep my hands. I try myself to remain hands-on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I always try to keep learning a lot. Right, as I
Mm-hmm.
said, I try to keep reading a lot now, which I've started, right?
Right.
I've always built good relations with people, right? And I respect everybody. I respect
Got
everyone,
it.
right? So
Got it.
right, that is
Yeah, yeah. One last question.
Yeah.
What is your definition of success, and what do you see as your long-term, life goal that you're following?
Okay. See, now success can have many definitions, right? And
Yes.
everybody has their own definition of success.
Right.
Someone takes money as an indicator for success, that I've made $500,000 or $1 million, that's my success.
Right.
Somebody says that if I've reached to some level in some organization, that's a success, which is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a success, right? But it is also true that you cannot put a number to each and every success metrics, right? For me, success is whatever I'm doing, right? Whatever I'm building, if it is solving a problem for anyone, even if it's a single problem,
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
treat it as a success, right? Whatever I'm doing, which is making myself happy, whatever I'm doing makes my family happy, whatever I do is making others happy, right? And is solving problems for them, right?
Right.
Is a success for me,
Got it.
right? Also, you also have to make sure that you have to celebrate those successes.
Yeah.
So whenever you're working on a long project, set some targets, set some small targets, that whenever you achieve those targets, right, you celebrate at that moment, right? uh, again Again, one more thing which I would like to mention here is that many times people when fail, right, so I would suggest don't take it as a failure actually,
Right.
right?
Right.
Here success comes whenever you failed, right?
Right.
So from those failures, whatever you have learned, right?
Yeah.
And in your next project, if you're able to implement those learning from those failures, treat it as a success,
Right. Right.
right? So that's my important. Uh, my long-term goal, I don't know. Seriously, I don't know what is my long-term goal, right? So uh, what I know is like I want to I want to live a healthy life, right? I want to spend long time with my family, right? Yes, at one point of time, I feel I want to become a mentor, right? I want to help others and everything,
Right.
but I still feel that I've not reached to that level. I still have to learn a lot to reach to
Yeah.
that level,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Definitely, in near future, I don't know about long term, but in near future, I want to continue working with companies who are more technology focused.
Got it.
So as of now, I don't have a concrete answer that what is my
I think
long
this
time.
this
Right?
is this is really humble and really good practices that I'll say you're following. And this entire episode will be really inspiring for people, those who are just starting their career, and they can learn a lot from your journey. Long 15 years journey before even your job, your first job, your MCA, and before that your graduation. It's a very humble journey which you have had, and it shows a lot of hard work, a lot of determination. And you talked about how do you build relationships also, because these things work really well in the long run. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't value it in the short run.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so
and
much.
thank you for giving me an opportunity.
It's been an honor to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Same here.
Bye bye. Yeah,
Always.
bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.